Today with the senior takeover stuff. Ryan had an amazing senior season. And the reason that it was amazing was Ryan came up as a sophomore and had a big time year as a sophomore. And then he struggled a little bit as a junior. Him and I were talking about some of the reasons today. And then he came back as a senior with a little bit of a different mental approach. And it really paid off for him. Ryan loves baseball. I talked about Nick with baseball and some of the other guys. Ryan would do it every second of every day if he could. He loves it that much. He's got a scholarship to go play baseball at Penn State, so he's going to be in the Big Ten. Earned it, deserves it. Team guy, was a captain. He's played third base his entire life. I said, Ryan, we need you to play first this year. You got it, coach. No problem. Played a little bit of third occasionally this year, but first base is where we need him. Also an outstanding pitcher. If you look at our statistical categories, except for stolen bases, I think he led us in everything from an offensive and a pitching perspective. Innings, strikeouts, ERA, wins, offensively, hits, extra base hits, RBIs, runs scored. I think he was second in stolen bases, if I remember correctly. Hit over 400, had our ERA around 2, took the ball in the biggest spots against the best teams, was a captain, led by example with his work ethic. He would do stuff here, and then I know he would go home and do stuff. We talked about it today where him and his father, and his dad's going to be a little bit upset because when Ryan leaves for Penn State in less than a month, his dad's not going to have as much time to be throwing BP to him anymore. But don't worry, we're going to have some other people you're going to throw BP. He's a kid that initially, early on, you're like, he's good. And then it was like, his work ethic has made him really good. And then this year, he took that next step with the mental perspective and the baseball IQ, and he became extremely good. Coachable, super nice, friendly, hardworking. As I mentioned, he was a captain. I could talk about tons of stories, but there's a few that stick out to in particular. We had a meeting recently with some other people, some other coaches, and I had some things I had to talk about with Ryan. We won a short conference game 3-0, Ryan hit a 3-run home. We won a short conference game on the road against an Alvin team that beat us twice. Ryan hit a solo home run in the first inning. We won a state tournament game on the road against a Division I pitcher going to Seton Hall, 1-0, Ryan threw a complete game shutout. When it mattered the most, Ryan stepped up and did the most. The game at the time we weren't sure we had to have it, but it turned out that we had to have it to make the short conference tournament, was the Toms River North game. With a lineup that's loaded, they won 3 championships this year. They won their division, they won their county, and they won the short conference. We went down there in a night game and we won 5-4. Ryan was a major part of it, threw a complete game on the hill. So every time we needed a little bit more, Ryan was the guy. Most of the season he was hitting 500. Not realistic, A North Group 4, but he did it for about 50% of the season. To finish over 400 with who he plays, fantastic. He is a guy that I know when he goes to Penn State, he's going to give it everything he has and he's going to be successful. He is a guy that was a pleasure to coach as well. He is a guy that has all the accolades. He made all divisions. He's on the Carpenter Cup team. He's playing in the state senior all-star game. Right now, I know from the Asbury Park Press, he made second team All-Shore. Shore Sports Network hasn't done theirs yet. I'm hoping he makes first team All-Shore, because in my opinion, he deserves to be on first team All-Shore. He was nominated for everything you can think of. He had a terrific senior year. He was the guy that we leaned on for everything. He meant the most to us in every way. Definitely going to miss him a lot, not just for his ability, but for the type of person he is. Great, great guy to have in the program. Guys that people look up to, and I already mentioned the freshman Chris and the relationship that him and Ryan have. And the thing about it is, and he said it to me the other day, and he said it to me again today, Coach, I want to help you guys the best I can, even when I'm not here. So when he's at Penn State, tell the guys to text me or call me. When I'm home over winter break, I'll do what I can with that. If my season ends in May and you guys are still playing, I'll be back. As some of the other guys mentioned as well, too. Gonna miss him a lot. Had a terrific senior year. Absolute stud, Ryan Ford.